Inside this inconspicuous, ordinary, and unassuming building in McKinney, something special is brewing. Something from another world. Something from another time.
We're all about traditional German beers brewed right here in North Texas.
Franconia Brewing Company has only been around since 2008, but its roots go back hundreds of years.
Everything started 1800 with my great-great-grandfather, who opened his first brewery in an area in Germany called Franken, translated Franconia.
Since then, most of brewmaster Dennis Werman's family has been in the beer business in the Franconia region of Bavaria. Werman has brewing in his blood.
I started working in the brewery when I was 6 years old and did my first batch completely on my own when I was 12 years old. So I've never done anything else. You see different roasting stages.
Werman studied beer making and worked long, hard days in breweries in Bavaria, but in 2003, Werman's half-German, half-American wife wanted an easier life, so they moved close to family in North Texas. However, taking it easy isn't how Werman operates.
I wanted to work a little bit more again, felt back in my old habits, and wanted to bring some German beer culture into North Texas.
Werman took all of his knowledge, all of his life experiences, all of his family history, and put it into Franconia Brewing Company, a place where traditions live on.
We are brewing strict to the German Puritan law, so we still use the same ingredients like it was hundreds of years ago.
A place where hard work is valued, where handcrafted means something.
We don't have any computers set up to the system. We don't have any pneumatic valves. We don't have any robot arms lifting a keg up for us.
A place where his great-great-grandfather, who is on the company's label, would feel at home.
I hope he would be pretty proud of it and would have a pint with me, and we would talk about the good old times, and I would tell him about the good new times.
Its roots are in Germany, in Bavaria, in Franconia, in Werman's family history. But the fruits of his labor are here in the Lone Star State.
I don't think it matters where you are in the world. It's a blessing to do what you like to do, what you enjoy to do, and it's a blessing to do something local and produce something local other people can enjoy.
And we are all blessed that this inconspicuous, ordinary, and unassuming building and that special, otherworldly, and timeless thing that is brewing inside is made in Texas. Hidden amongst the pine trees of East Texas, just off of the main drag in the town of Longview, sits the always busy Resistol Hat Company's fur cutting plant. Resistol hats start as nothing more than what you see here.
We buy raw fur, which comes from all over the world, Canada, Europe, Russia, all over, beavers, hare's fur, rabbit, all kinds of different exotic furs.
Then the fur goes through a machine that's been doing the same thing since 1892.
We sift them, separate them, spin them in a machine that looks very much like a cotton candy machine.
Over a very lengthy process, the raw fur turns into something resembling a hat, eventually making their way into boxes off to Garland, a facility that's been around since 1938. It is here in Garland where the hats finally start to look like something you actually would want to wear.
We pounce it, we stiffen it, and as you guys saw in our factory, the sweatbands and the liners and the 300 plus steps that it takes to go and all the hands that touch it.
The hats are shaped and molded by machines that are as old as our grandparents. But Stan says what makes a Resistol hat different are the people tirelessly working the material.
The only way we can control our quality from start to finish is just that. We have to own it, touch it.
And Stan says that's why all felt and wool hats Resistol makes, more than 500,000 every year, are made in Texas.
We could do what many others do. We could take this out of the country overseas. We could do it cheaper. Wouldn't be as near the quality.
And what's more Texan than a cowboy hat?
There's something about a hat that's more romantic than other things.
Past the blowing tall grass and the windmill, past the farm animals and the barbed wire fencing, just outside of the small town of Millsap, between two pieces of Texas limestone, it bubbles to the surface. Clean, clear, fresh spring water.
This is a God thing. This is something that is not supposed to be here. We're in semi-arid Texas, and we have a spring source that's pouring out about 80,000 gallons a day.
6 years ago, Jeffrey Parker's sons, Spencer and Greg, came down to this part of the ranch. Suddenly, Spencer's feet were cold and wet.
Spencer was the one who kept after me week after week to come through this jungle down through here and find these springs.
He listened to Spencer, spent 3 hours cutting through the debris, and the water source appeared.
We saw the fissure, saw the amount of water, and it was one of those situations where you just sat down and you go, my goodness, what in the world is this? This is just a real blessing.
At first, Parker was going to let a major bottling company haul the water away. Then some buddies, who happened to be old oil men, had a better idea.
Their remark was, we go and drill and hope we find a liquid, and here it is coming to the surface. We need to do something with this.
They did, building this massive facility just yards from the spring.
We would probably bottle maybe 1 day a week, and then as time went on, we would bottle 2 days a week.
Today, Eventide Natural Spring Water bottles for groceries and restaurants of every shape and size.
We have a few Walmart stores, bottle for Aldi, Brahms, numerous banks, hotels, anything that could use a bottled water venue that we could put a private label on, we do.
Texas spring water, coming from the Texas ground, bottled by Texans.
They want a Texas product because they know our work ethic, they know our integrity in our products, and they want those products. It comes to the surface, and it's here on our place, and we're just blessed to have it.